And we got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a hey now metal mic coming at you from the bunker. Yeah, that's right. We're lining it up. We're doing it old school on a flip camera. We're going to zoom in here. This custom editing right here. Let's just get this shot here is what we're going to go for. There we go. Hey, metal mic coming at you. Always hunting, always picking, always junking. I'm deep in the bunker, and as always, right, I'm always trying to get the perfect camera shot. And these are always just unscripted. I try to keep the passion. I do low videos at this point of the game simply because I think that not trying to push it, not trying to just come up with material, but letting it naturally flow when I think that I honestly have something to say that's kind of interesting, a story to tell, something to rant about, something to talk about, something to motivate. So let's go. Let's get right into it. Picking in general, getting back to the basics. I was at the flea market this past Sunday, and doing the local pick is always fun because you just don't know what you're going to find. And I was at a table and I was looking at, I saw a small scrapbook literally be set out right in front of me on the table. So as soon as I seen that happen, I walked over, I picked it up, and I went from back to front in this little tiny photo book this big. And as I'm turning the pages, I'm noticing these are early tin photos. And also in the back of my head, I'm envisioning a Civil War photo. I'm like, boy, this is the era. This is exactly... So I'm envisioning this, and there's kind of just a wonderful feeling as I'm turning these pages. And I'm turning every single page calmly. I get to the very last page, the front of the book, if I had just started at the front of the book instead of back to front. A Civil War soldier, full uniform, with the gun, with the bayonet, with the cap on, tin photograph. Beautiful, everything you seek as a collector picker. I mean, those are awesome to find. That's historic, that's beautiful, it's high-end, it's everything. So I pick it up, but why I wanted to mention this, because prior to shooting this, I guess it is scripted slightly. Prior to turning this camera on, I started running this story through my head and how important that is to envision something. Does it mean I have a power and then you can make things happen? Absolutely not. But what it is it also takes me back to another story years ago, probably like 2000, 2001. Already as a million years ago. Amazing. It seems like yesterday. And I was out driving the alleys. This is when I picked dumpster dive, literally drove 7 days a week, 365, the alleys looking for stuff and found my best treasures I ever found. And I used to always, as I would do it, it was tedious but enjoyable, calming work. So I was in my old pickup, rumbling through the alley. Social media was not a huge thing, so there was not everybody filming everyone, so there was no weirdness about it, uncomfortableness. And I had noticed I'd stop always at this old house if they were throwing stuff out. Every day I would stop, there'd be a little bit more set out. They would literally set stuff out daily. And this Sunday morning I'm out, I got both the kids in the back in the extended cab or in my old Ford pickup truck. And it's a sunny, beautiful day, and it's early. It's probably 7 a.m. And I pull up to this house that I've been picking. They've been setting stuff up by the trash for days. I'm repeating myself. I'm filibustering, but I have to just keep going. This is how I speak and tell the story. And I get out of the truck, I walk over to the trash can, literally just a basic trash can that we have in every neighborhood. Flip the cap, look down in there, and right on top is a Wyandotte pressed steel truck and some Marks tin trains, an engine, and 5 cars, and a little car, which I actually still have. It should be right. Let's see if I still... It's like the only piece I have left. Where did I put that darn awesome little car? Gosh, I thought I had it right out in front here, and I don't. Amazing, I must have moved it. I'm always moving my stuff. Damn it, I wanted to show that car. It is cool, it's all patinaed out. Just that little extra effort, I'm running my eyes as fast as I can over the horde, just trying to see it, but whatever the case. So I get all these pieces and I load them into the truck, and I'm delirious because at the time, this is early on in the game where I'm like literally trying to find stuff of value. This is, of course I did it as a young boy, I'm just looking for cool stuff. But now, you know, there's a purpose behind it. I'm trying to score to make money. And I get in the truck, I pinch myself, but it gets back to the point of all of this, telling these stories, is just always envisioning it. It's a great vibe. It's not going to make it happen, but if you do envision it, it's a blueprint to your major plan. And I stole that line from Paul Stanley. You know, dreams are blueprints to life. And so you dream and you envision it. When I drove the alleys, I always dreamt of finding pedal cars, steel press toy cars, this, that. Gosh, I found everything. One time I found a Civil War era rifle. It was taken apart into 3 pieces and sat right next to the garbage can. This old man threw it out. It had a broken butt on it and stuff, but it was an early gun, and the point of it, not a huge ton of value, but it was just next to the garbage. It was free. It was a dream find. And so no matter where you are on the scale as a picker, whether you're scrapping, whether you're you know, you're just a hardcore picker, you're just out there hunting the estate sales, doing it all, always envisioning it happen in your mind, and it will happen. It will come to fruition. And I believe in that. And so that's all I'm doing, telling you that little story. It's exciting for me. When I found that Civil War, it was a beautiful feeling, because it got back to the old school of just wanting those things to happen, because you want to find those things. You do want to find things of significance. You want to find historic items. You know, there's more to this game than just finding it, hoarding it, collecting it, finding it, selling it, flipping it. There's also the story behind it, and that's what we have to focus on. That's the interesting part. With picking, you know, sure, there's lots of pieces you flip, you make money if that's where you're at and that's what you're doing. Or as a collector, you're finding it and you're like, oh my God, this goes into my collection, this is beautiful. Remember, obviously some people collect a specific, some people collect everything, some people just collect to sell. But across the board, I think with all of those people, what you'll find is people love an item with a story. The little wooden boat that the boy carved in 1932 and wrote his name on it crudely on the back, you know, and getting it from a family member. Things like that are amazing. And I bring that up in particular because it goes to this story. When I bought this boat, it came in a large lot of stuff that I bought from a damn near 90-year-old man. And he had carved this, and it's dated too. This one actually is dated. Where is it? Okay, by Bob in woodshop, 1945. So he made this beautiful boat. And as we're talking and going through his stuff, I get the boat, I'm like, oh, I want that, and I get the story behind it, and somehow he brings up all his school friends are still alive, and they still meet, and they still, you know, get together, etc. Then I found this boat, which I just picked up. He had this, and it says Eddie Wood in pencil on the bottom. So I grabbed it, and I was like, oh, Eddie Wood made this, huh? And I was like, one of your friends? And he's like, yep. I go, still get together? And he just looked at me and went, Eddie didn't make it. So Eddie didn't live a long life. And so, you know, to me, boy, it touches you. You know, I've got this boy's boat that he made, and he wrote his name on it, and wow, that'll move you. I'm even almost moved to tears right now holding it. And that's what it's about, the story, the history behind a piece. Wow, that makes it special. There's much more. I would rather find something with a story connected to it. Of course, who doesn't want to find a piece of Tiffany worth $290,000, you know, where you can go buy a building with the money. It's out there. It can happen. So that's what's great, though. If you're on any level, wherever you're at, anything's feasible. This is one of the last true sports in America of hunting and picking. Just amazing digging, man. And you're saving. And, you know, years back, I was in the streets. I was driving the alleys, networking, old lady raking on the corner. I was giving her my flyer, my business card. I was offering to haul junk away for free, whatever. I was out there really working it. And I'm telling you, it's out there, and it's to be found. And remember, if you are just starting out in this as a picker junker, the best stuff you can get is for free. Be aware. Drive old neighborhoods. If there's a dumpster in front of a house and there's action and movement and there's old stuff in there, go right up to the family. Be respectful. Knock. Say, may I pull some of these things out of the dumpster? And they go, oh, there's nothing but junk in there. Don't worry, there's nothing. Say, but I actually sell this stuff, and that's how I put food on the table for my family, and offer, and go, I'll be respectful, don't leave nothing on the ground. Next thing you know, you're right in the attic. I had that happen one time. Next thing I knew, I was up in the attic, sitting across from an, gosh, I think she was damn near 80 years old, German woman. So we're sitting in this hot, steamy attic. It's summertime. I squat down because I remember squatting down, and it was a low-ceiling attic here in Minnesota, and it was hot as hell up in that attic. And she's going through all these German books that she brought over from Germany. And so the next thing I know, I had stopped, I've talked, the family allowed me to go in the dumpster. Next thing I know, I'm in the attic with the elderly German woman, and we're sitting across from each other, and she's handing me all these vintage World War II era German books. Oh my God. And that's how it happens, fast. Boom, boom, boom. So keep busy, keep picking, keep hunting, keep junking, keep organized, keep selling, keep decreasing the hoard, something I preach more than live by. Yeah, I'm just trying to cut down right now. I'm going through all my albums. I've been blowing those out, getting rid of them. Just trying to unclutter my estate. And to the guys that have given me compliments, I read your emails. Awesome, thank you, and I'm glad that I'm motivating you to do the same. Because that's what it's all about. You got to keep it moving out. You got to keep it organized. And I've got to follow my own instructions. Everyone, have a good day. Hey, Metal Mike, get out there and find it, man. It's waiting for ya.